When he learned who he was, he finally knew where he was going.
Hello everyone, welcome to What If Naruto Was Trained by Jiraiya and New Truth About His Parents movie. Before we start, please go support jazmingiordan for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Naruto is a male. Chapter 1. Naruto narrates. I was looking for Kakashi-sensei to train me since I had to fight Neji when I found him. He was talking to the hospital secretary about something that surely had to do with Sasuke. I approached him with one of my best smiles. Naruto, hello Kakashi-sensei. Kakashi, hello Naruto. Naruto, I was looking for him. Kakashi, well you found me, what's wrong? Naruto, well I was wondering if I could train. Kakashi, I'm sorry Naruto, but I can't train you. Naruto, what wise? Kakashi, I have to train Sasuke, but don't worry, I have someone who will train you. Naruto, so you're saying I'm a burden to you, what about Sakura? Kakashi, I didn't see Sakura after the exams, and to answer your first question, it's not that you're a burden but you will delay Sasuke's training. Naruto, I get that hint, Kakashi-sensei, and let me tell you I don't need your help. I can train on my own as always, and I'm strong, so I'll come up with something. With a forced smile. Kakashi, Naruto, don't think you're better than everyone else just because you have the 9 tails. Naruto, and you think I don't know that? I'd better go Kakashi-san with your permission. The narrator narrates. Naruto left, leaving Kakashi speechless as he stared in the direction Naruto had gone. Kakashi, why did I say that? He thought with a sigh, well it doesn't matter. When I see him again I'll apologize with Naruto. Naruto was walking through the village with his head down, feeling sad and annoyed. He was lost in thought when he bumped into a villager who upon seeing him shoved him and kicked him in the stomach. Naruto didn't react, he just stood there watching the villager walk away slightly annoyed. He got up a little sore, clutching his stomach where he'd been hit and left. But then Ebisu appeared, a man who claimed to be the best simply for training the Hokage's grandson. But to Naruto, he was just an ordinary person working like any other ninja in the village. Ebisu, hello Naruto, are you ready for your training? Naruto, you'd better leave because I won't listen to you at all. Besides, do you still have the dignity to stand in front of me to train me when you know I'd melt you with a stupid naked women jutsu? Ebisu didn't say anything. In fact, he was now embarrassed since Naruto was telling the truth. Seeing that he wasn't saying anything, the blonde boy simply left. He wanted to be alone, and what better place to be alone than the hot springs? When he arrived, he went into the water to think for a while until someone caught his attention. It was a man with long, spiky white hair, but it wasn't the hair that caught his attention but what he was seeing. The man was laughing. So he approached the man without him noticing and looked through one of the holes in the wood. He saw women in the water on the other side. Naruto moved away and looked at the man, a little annoyed. Naruto, excuse me Mr. Pervert, but have some respect for women. SHH, shut up brat, can't you see I'm investigating? Naruto, in investigating. Yes, it's very important. Naruto, so there's someone dangerous in the hot springs where the women are. Yes, but I can't see it yet, that's why I'm watching them. Naruto, don't worry about that sir, I'll take care of it. That Naruto, a man is in the hot springs. Then all the women left, leaving the man surprised, or so Naruto thought. What's wrong with you, brat? It was just a lie so you'd let me see those women and not say anything. Naruto, you're a dirty old man. Jiraiya, I am the great Jiraiya, one of the 3 legendary Sannin, the hermit of the toads. Naruto, well you don't seem like someone strong. Jiraiya, and what's your name, brat? Naruto, I am Naruto Uzumaki, the next Hokage. Jiraiya, he's grown so much, he thought, looking at Naruto with a smile, though it wasn't very noticeable. Brat, shouldn't you be training? Naruto, my sensei didn't want to train me, but it's okay to train on my own as always. Jiraiya, so nobody trains him properly, huh? I'm really disappointed that Kakashi doesn't want to train his sensei's son, but I don't, and nobody's in a position to judge him. I would have liked to take him with me, but Hiruzen-sensei is stubborn. He thought, brat, you want me to train you? Naruto, seriously. Jiraiya, of course. Naruto, he's not doing it because he pities me or because they asked him to, right? Jiraiya, neither of the two. Naruto, awesome databeo, and when do we start? Jiraiya, first thing tomorrow morning. Naruto, he won't be late, will he? Jiraiya, of course not, brat, who do you take me for? Naruto, goodbye to pervert. So Naruto left the place to go to his apartment since it had gotten dark. When he arrived, he ate some ramen he had and changed his clothes so he could sleep peacefully. Chapter 2. Naruto narrates. I was waking up early just like Hiruzen told me to. Yes, that's what I called him. I got up feeling very cheerful, showered, got dressed, had breakfast, and went to the hot springs. I was very relaxed on the way. I ran into Kakashi, but I didn't pay any attention to him and continued on my way. When I arrived, I saw Hiruzen waiting for the women, so I stood next to him, but he hadn't noticed me, so I decided to speak. Naruto, good morning. When I said that, Erosnin shouted so loudly that I think it could be heard throughout the village, and the women started looking all around until they found us. So we decided to run as fast as we could from those angry women. After running so much and losing the women in the forest, Erosnin looked at me. Jiraiya, didn't anyone teach you that you shouldn't scare people? Naruto, they didn't teach me that, Erosnin. Jiraiya, what did you call me? Naruto, Erosnin is the nickname I gave him because he's a perverted old man. Jiraiya, I'm not a perverted brat. I'm a super pervert, the narrator narrates. Upon hearing that, Naruto lowered his head. His hair covered his face, making it look gloomy, and a vein throbbed on his forehead. Naruto, he really is a pervert, Titebyo. Naruto punched Jiraiya in the chin, sending him flying far away while cursing his future sensei for being a pervert. He had to research women to make his jutsu hexy, even though he only looked at magazines. He was so lost in thought that he didn't hear Jiraiya approaching, looking a little sore. Jiraiya, you brat, you have tremendous strength. With a little training, you'll be like a Tsunade 2-0. Naruto Tsunade. Jiraiya, she's like me, one of the 3 legendary Sannin, but she's the slug princess, or as they call her now, the legendary loser, hahaha. Naruto, what if she trains me in strength? Jiraiya, no, Naruto, what, Jiraiya? I mean, it's not like she's not in the village and will never return. Naruto, what bad luck. I wanted her to train me too. Jiraiya, actually it was our job to train you when you turned 6, but we didn't, he thought, looking at the beautiful sky. Tell me, Naruto, what did your old sensei teach you? Naruto, just climbing trees, and if you break the rules you're scum, but if you abandon a friend we're worse than scum. Jiraiya, you're still hurting over the loss of your partner, aren't you, Kakashi? Though what's the point of telling your students if you abandon both of them and focus on just one? Alright, Naruto, since there's a river here, you're going to train at walking on water. Naruto, will it be like climbing a tree? Jiraiya, yes, but you need to put a little more chakra into it. Naruto, okay. Naruto narrates. I took off my clothes, leaving only my underwear on so I wouldn't get them wet, and went into the river. I put some of my chakra into it, but it seemed like it wasn't working because I couldn't concentrate the amount I wanted. And now that I think about it, Kurama hasn't spoken to me since what happened with Orochimaru. Could he have done something to my Jiraiya, brat, come here for a moment. I looked at Erosinin for a moment and then got out of the water, standing in front of him. Naruto, what's wrong, Erosinin? Jiraiya, don't call me that. Anyway, just close your eyes and concentrate your chakra and don't ask questions, just do it. Naruto, okay. I closed my eyes and concentrated my chakra, but even though I wanted it to be small, it wouldn't listen and started to get out of control. I felt Erosinin get up, and after a few minutes I felt like he was hitting my stomach. No, this sensation is like the one I felt when Orochimaru touched my seal. Then I fell to the floor on one knee, coughing a little. Naruto, but what did he do to me? Jiraiya, not much right now, don't ask, just go to the river and try again. Of course I already knew what I had done, I think, so I went back into the river, concentrated a little of my chakra, and now I could. I walked along the river with some difficulty, but after getting used to it I started running and jumping, very happy because I could do it. Naruto, Erosnin, have you seen? I did it, Databeo. Jiraiya, yeah, I see that kid, good, now come here for a moment. Naruto, yes. I approached Erosnin again, very happy with a huge smile, and he looked at me for a moment, seeming to be thinking about something until he closed his eyes. I was now looking at him, very confused. Naruto, Erosnin, what's wrong? Jiraiya, tell me, Naruto, do you have a summoning contract? Naruto, no, why? Jiraiya, do you want one? Naruto, yes. Jiraiya, alright, I'll give you my summoning contract, which is the one for the toads. Naruto, the one with the toads. Jiraiya, yeah, you know, they called me the Great Jiraiya, one of the 3 legendary Sannin, the Toad Hermit for nothing kid. Naruto, I kind of believe you, but are you sure you want to give me your summoning contract? Jiraiya, of course, you bad guy making hand seals, Kuchios no Jutsu. When he said that, a medium-sized cloud of smoke came out, and when it dissipated, I could see a large green toad. Toad, Jiraiya-sama, what do you need? Jiraiya, nothing, I just want you to give me the toad contract so the brat can sign it. Toad, okay. Then another cloud of smoke appeared, revealing a very large parchment. It belonged to Erosinin. He opened it, revealing some signatures. Jiraiya, sign here with your blood and then your fingers. Naruto, okay. As Erosinin instructed, I signed it and made my fingerprints, then the parchment disappeared in a puff of smoke just like the toad. Jiraiya, okay, now what you have to do is summon a toad like me. Naruto, good. I made the hand positions I saw when Erosinin did them, and then I put my hand on the ground. Naruto, Kuchios no Jutsu. Then a rather large cloud of smoke appeared, but when it dissipated I saw. Chapter 3. Naruto narrates. What I saw left me a little confused because it should have been a toad, not a tadpole. Jiraiya, it seems you didn't put much chakra into it, kid. Naruto, should I use more chakra? Jiraiya, if you want to summon a toad, you need to give it more chakra, and I think I know how. Naruto, what? Jiraiya, just follow me. Naruto, okay. Not entirely convinced of what Erosnin wanted to do, I followed him until we stopped in the forest. I looked at him searching for some answer in his face, but he only had a smile. Naruto, and now what? I didn't finish the word because Edo-Sennin punched me so hard on the forehead that it sent me flying. I think that's his revenge for what I did when I hit him. But then I saw the tree's end, so I looked down and yes, there was a ravine. I started falling, screaming for help, but nothing. I knew I had to save myself, as always, since nobody wants to help me with anything. Well, except Hirosenin, who wanted to help me with my training, but I think I made a mistake, since he sent me to my certain death unless he wants me to summon a toad here. I started making hand seals. Naruto, please work Kuchios no Jutsu. Then a lot of blue and red chakra came out of my hand, creating a large cloud of smoke. When it dissipated, I could see a huge toad clinging to the two walls with its 4 legs to avoid falling. Toad, what's wrong with you, Jiraiya? Naruto, I am not Hirosenin, I am Naruto Uzumaki. Toad, Hirosenin, you mean that damn Jiraiya, right? Naruto, yeah, but why does it sound like you hate Hirosenin? Toad, that damn Jiraiya keeps saying he's the hermit of toads. That's when that giant toad jumped so high, making us get out of there. Toad, you brat, did you summon me? Naruto, is there a problem with that? Toad, I order you to get off me now. Naruto, make me, I'm not getting off here, Titebyo. This toad wanted me to get down, well I won't until Hirosenin sees me on top of him, and speaking of the king of perverts, Hirosenin arrived. Naruto, Hirosenin, look at me, I'm standing on top of a summon. Jiraiya, yes, I already noticed, but the one you summoned isn't an ordinary toad. Naruto, Gamabunta, brat, I am Gamabunta the toad chief. Naruto, boss, Jiraiya, hello Gamabunta, it's been a while. Gamabunta, Jiraiya, what do you want? Jiraiya, me. Well, I want you to accept the brat you have upstairs. Gamabunta, whom he'll have to pass my test for me to accept him. Naruto, test, what test? I want to do it if it means you'll accept me. Gamabunta, you must stay on top of me until nightfall. Naruto, that's so cool. The toad chief known as Gamabunta started jumping around everywhere. To avoid falling, I put chakra into my feet. I spent the whole day like that until I fainted. The narrator narrates. When Naruto fainted, he fell. But Gamabunta caught him with his large toad hand while Jiraiya watched everything with a smile. Jiraiya, he did very well, he thought proudly, seeing Naruto faint. Gamabunta, Jiraiya, take good care of this brat, he's got talent. Jiraiya, of course. Gamabunta placed Naruto in Jiraiya's arms and then disappeared in a puff of smoke. Jiraiya left the area and went back to the village to take Naruto to his apartment. When he entered, he saw that everything was tidy, even though he had thought Naruto was messy because he was only 12 years old. But he had been wrong, Naruto was very tidy. Anyway, he left him lying on his bed resting while he went on his way. Chapter 4. It was a beautiful day for a walk, but a 12-year-old boy with blonde hair, sapphire blue eyes, 3 ladybugs on his cheeks, tan skin, and a slender but delicate-looking body with fine features was training with a man with very long white hair, markings on his face, and black eyes who was watching him from afar. Naruto, hey Kurama, are you there? Kurama, what's wrong, pup? Naruto, I have a question. Kurama, which one? Naruto, why did I awaken those chains at age 4? Kurama, through a bloodline. Naruto, that's great, though I wonder if I'll ever be able to use them again. Kurama, well, since you're training to control a little of my chakra, you could train to use those chains at will. Naruto, you're right. Naruto sat on a rock with his eyes closed, trying to learn how to control Kurama's chakra since he hadn't attempted it yet. However, in his subconscious, he was undergoing other kinds of training, including learning how to use his adamantine chains. An hour passed and Naruto was already a little tired, though he had managed to draw out some of Kurama's chakra with difficulty, as he still needed to learn to control it properly. Jiraiya told him to take a break, and he did, sitting down in the shade of a tree to rest. Jiraiya, tell me Naruto, is there someone special in your life? Naruto, well, Hiruzen Jiji, I am ni Tuche Ajasan Shikamaru Chouji Sakurachin and Sasukwai. Jiraiya, and if they were in danger, would you protect them even if it meant sacrificing your own life? Naruto, of course I wouldn't hesitate. Jiraiya, you're something else, hahaha. Naruto, what is Hirosenin laughing at? Jiraiya, ha, don't call me that, Naruto, but it's true. Jiraiya, Naruto got up to continue training since his energy had returned, so he sat back down on that rock to train with Kurama in his mind's eye while also trying to control Kurama's chakra, which was a bit complicated to do. Jiraiya, he looks just like you guys, doesn't he, Minato, Kushina? He thought with a sad smile, looking at the sky where some clouds passed by from time to time. Everything was normal, the birds were singing, the cool breeze was ever-present and very calming. Naruto continued his training, very happy because he would become strong enough to protect those he truly cared about. Hours passed, and Naruto learned to control almost all of Kurama's power, as the fox had no problem lending it to him, which impressed Jiraiya. Then he taught him how to fight and create battle strategies, something that suited Naruto very well. He also showed Jiraiya that he was a true prodigy because he managed to do it in almost an hour and was able to produce only one chain to trap Jiraiya, who was in shock. But then Naruto fainted from exhaustion. Jiraiya, I can't believe Kushina's KK Genka will awaken. Jiraiya lifted Naruto in his arms and carried him to his apartment. When they arrived, all he did was lay him down on his bed and then left to talk to Hiruzen about it. Meanwhile, Naruto, who was half asleep, woke up after a few minutes. Naruto, am I at home? Kurama, yeah, it seems that pervert brought you here. Naruto, I see. Hey Kurama, do you think we should tell him that we get along well? Kurama, he'll figure it out on his own eventually, but it's better to tell him. Well, that is if you trust the old pervert. Naruto, you're right. Naruto got out of bed to read some scrolls he had hidden since he was 5 years old to study Fuinjutsu. He read them for the rest of the day until night fell, then put the scroll back where it was and went to prepare his dinner, which consisted of instant ramen, even though Kurama told him that tomorrow he would start eating light and balanced meals. When Naruto finished eating, he went to the bathroom to brush his teeth, changed his clothes, went to bed, and fell into a deep sleep. Chapter 5. Naruto narrates. I was training my diamond chains with Erosenin, since knowing I can awaken them makes me train a bit harder on that subject. But even though I try, it's very difficult to control them and make them appear at will. But I won't give up yet. We'd been training since morning and I was already a little tired, but I didn't care. Then I felt something in front of me, but it was only Erosenin, so I stopped. Naruto, Erosenin, I sense something. Jiraiya, what? Naruto, I don't know, but I feel like it's in front of me, but it's just you. Jiraiya, I know how you feel. Naruto, and what is it? Jiraiya, it's chakra. Naruto, you're a sensor. Naruto, a sensor. Jiraiya, yes, you see, the sensors are very important because they can sense people's chakra. Naruto, great, so I can sense chakra signatures, but why are the sensors so important? Jiraiya, because very few people are born with that ability. There was only one clan where there were always people with the sensory ability, but that clan no longer exists. Naruto, and what is it? Jiraiya, Roman 2 don't remember anymore. Naruto, why are you nervous? Jiraiya, I end nothing, now continue with your training. Naruto, okay. I continued training as Erosenin told me, but now I was more curious to know about that clan. It was then that I heard Kurama's voice speaking to me. Kurama, Uzumaki. Naruto, what's wrong, Kurama? Why are you calling me that? Kurama, I'm not talking about the clan that pervert was referring to, it's called Uzumaki. Naruto, you belong to a very powerful clan that had a village all to themselves called Uzumaki. Naruto, so I belong to another village. Kurama, yes, and you are the prince of that village and of your clan. Naruto, Kurama, I'm going to stop training for today. I need to go talk to Hiruzen. I left there and went to the Hawkage Tower where I found Hiruzen signing papers. Hiruzen, hello Naruto, what brings you here? Naruto, Hiruzen, I want you to tell me the truth. Hiruzen, what? Naruto, where do I come from? Hiruzen, well, he comes from Konoha. Naruto, seriously, what about my home village, Uzumaki? Hiruzen, who told you about that village? Naruto, that doesn't matter anymore, but why didn't you ever tell me that I belonged to a clan called Uzumaki and that they had their own village called Uzumaki? Don't I deserve to know the truth? Hiruzen, you see Naruto, I never told you because I was afraid of how you would react. Naruto, I also think I had the right to know, so who are my parents? Hiruzen, Naruto, I already told you, wanting to know who your parents are won't bring them back. Naruto, I know you've told me a bunch of times every time I asked, but I want to know, I deserve to know the truth about who my parents were. Hiruzen, I'm sorry Naruto, but I can't tell you. Naruto, what? Why not? Hiruzen, no more questions Naruto, I'm working now. Naruto, increasingly annoyed at not getting any answers, left and went back to where he had left Jiraiya, who was looking at him confused since he had fallen asleep. Jiraiya, Gaki, where did you go? Naruto, nowhere. Naruto continued his training, but still angry, he couldn't believe Hiruzen hadn't told him the truth. Night had fallen, so Naruto went to his apartment and ate a balanced meal, just like Kurama had told him to. After finishing, he went to sleep, but he couldn't. He stared at the ceiling and then got out of bed to go to the roof of his apartment to look at the stars. Naruto, Kurama, why won't the old man tell me anything? Kurama, because he's probably afraid of how you're going to take it. Naruto, yes, but it makes me angry that he's still hiding me. Kurama, if you want to know so much about your clan, I'll tell you. Naruto, would you really do that for me? Kurama, of course, pup. Kurama began telling Naruto all about his clan, including how his parents, before dying, had placed a very powerful spirit within him that only he could remove. He said he would do it tomorrow. For now, he had to go to sleep. So he entered his house through his bedroom window, lay down on his bed, and fell asleep. Chapter 6. Naruto narrates. I was peacefully asleep until I heard Kurama's sweet voice wake me up. Kurama, pups, wake up. Naruto, what? Kurama, eat breakfast quickly as you have training. Naruto, yes, I'm coming. Kurama, do you feel that? Kurama, if it's equal to your chakra. Naruto, do you think they are? Kurama, I don't know, just in case, stay alert. Naruto, yes. I got out of bed and made myself breakfast, which was a cup of tea with toast and jam. When I finished, I changed into my usual clothes and went to where Erosnin and I were supposed to train. But before I could leave my apartment, I felt those 4 chakra signatures similar to mine now at my door. If it was what I thought, they were sensors and could sense me too. So I decided to hide my chakra very well and ran out the window to where Erosnin was. But I felt like they were now behind me. When I arrived, I saw Erosnin there waiting for me with a smile. Naruto, Erosnin, they're following me. Jiraiya, who? Naruto, I don't know, but I'm being followed by 4 chakra signatures. Erosnin was about to say something to me when those 4 chakra signatures appeared in front of us, but they were hooded and I couldn't see who they were. Jiraiya, Naruto, run. I'll stop them no matter what. Don't stop, go to Kakashi. Naruto, what? Jiraiya, just go to him and tell him Jiraiya sent you. Naruto, good. I ran away while Erosnin gave me time to escape. Although I didn't want to go with Kakashi, I had to since I didn't know what they wanted with me, or maybe they were just chasing me to get to Erosnin. I don't know, but I don't think they want me. The 3 chakra signatures are following me. I think the other one is fighting with Erosnin. After running for a long time, I could finally sense Kakashi's chakra. He was with Sasuke, but chains appeared in front of me. I had to jump so they wouldn't catch me, although I scraped my left arm a little. When I arrived, there was Sasuke training while Kakashi watched him. Naruto, help. Kakashi and Sasuke saw me, but then the 3 hooded figures caught me with their chains. I caught him. Okay, let's go. But Kakashi was so fast that I couldn't see him clearly and he freed me from those chains. Kakashi, what do you want? Isn't it obvious we want him? Naruto, me, Kakashi, they won't have it. Child, get away from that man now. Naruto, what's going on? I don't understand anything. Kakashi, stay behind me. Sasuke, and you too. Sasuke, yes, give us the child, he doesn't belong to you. Kakashi, never. Boy, what's your name? Naruto, I am Naruto Uzumaki. So it is Naruto-sama, we finally found him, sir. The people knelt down. Seriously, they didn't understand anything at all. That's when Erosnin appeared with the other person. Jiraiya, Naruto, I'm sorry. Naruto, what? Naruto-sama, we've been looking for you for a long time. Naruto, can someone explain what's going on? Jiraiya, Kakashi, leave it alone, we can't get involved in this. Kakashi, but... Jiraiya, Kakashi, leave my student alone now. Naruto, come with me. Naruto, sure. I left with Erosnin, and the other person who was next to Erosnin knelt before me like the others. I didn't quite understand what was happening. Jiraiya, Naruto, they will train you from now on. Naruto, what? But why? Jiraiya, because they, like you, are Uzumakis. I was shocked, like they were Uzumakis according to what Kurama told me. My clan was massacred just like Sasuke's. Naruto-sama, we know how you must feel, but now you'll be with us, your family. Naruto, family. Jiraiya, the Uzumakis are all family, kid. Shin, my name is Shin Uzumaki. Hina, I'm Hina Uzumaki. Ki, I'm Ki Uzumaki. Miku, I am Miku Uzumaki. Kakashi, I don't understand what's going on here. Jiraiya, they are in charge of training the Uzumaki prince. When Kushina died, Naruto became the heir. Kakashi, so there are more Uzumakis alive. Jiraiya, apparently so. Sasuke, what's wrong? Kakashi, nothing. Sasuke. Shin, let's go. Naruto-sama, we have to go back to the village. Jiraiya, you can't take him away. Naruto belongs to Konoha. Shin, but he's an Uzumaki and he must return to his own kind as stated in the treaty between Konoha and Uzumaki. Sasuke, what treaty are you talking about? The narrator narrates. Sasuke and Naruto didn't understand anything, but Jiraiya and Kakashi did, but they weren't going to give Naruto up so easily. Naruto, stop, I don't want you to decide for me. I'll stay in this village, this is my home. Miku, then we'll stay in Konoha for your training, but when you come of age you'll have to return to Uzumaki and assume your responsibilities. Sasuke, Naruto, is he leaving? He thought fearfully with a pain in his heart that he didn't understand why. Naruto, okay, I'll do it, but only if I become a Chunin. Kakashi, Naruto, the Hokage must decide. Shin, the Hokage has no authority over the Uzumaki clan, and since Naruto-sama is one of us, he must accept that he has to come with us because of his obligations. Jiraiya, you're right, even though I don't like the idea. That's how they agreed on the day Naruto would have to leave the village, but then an Anbu appeared and called Jiraiya, and then the Hokage appeared. Hiruzen, what's going on here? Jiraiya, you'll see. Chapter 7. Naruto couldn't understand. Hiruzen was talking to those 4 people in the Hokage's office while he had to wait sitting down, but since he got bored he left. He was thinking about things. The truth was, part of him wanted to leave the village, but the other part didn't. Now he was confused and wanted to cry from frustration. He couldn't understand how they had got to this point. He was walking deep in thought when he bumped into someone. Naruto, Shikamaru, what's wrong? Why do you look like that? Naruto, I don't know what you mean, Titebyo. Shikamaru, you know how switched off, how troublesome. Naruto, hee, everything seems problematic to you. Shikamaru, and what were you doing? Naruto thinking. Shikamaru, wait, are you thinking? Naruto, well, yes. Shikamaru, is something wrong? You usually laugh. Naruto, Shikamaru, I'd like to be alone for a while if you'll excuse me. Naruto left, leaving Shikamaru standing there quietly. He was actually worried because he had never seen Naruto like this before. Naruto, hey Kurama, what should I do? Kurama, I honestly don't know, pup. You must fulfill your obligations to your clan, but I don't know, that's up to you. Naruto, yeah, I know. Naruto continued walking through the streets of Konoha. People glared at him with hatred, but he ignored them, lost in thought once again. Then he reached the Hokage heads where he gazed at the sky lying on the head of the fourth Hokage. He didn't know it, but he always liked being there. Naruto, Kurama, do you know who my parents are? He thought, looking at the sky. Kurama, yes, pup. Naruto, why didn't you tell me? Kurama, I didn't want to hurt you when you find out who sealed me inside you. Naruto, who? Kurama, the fourth Hokage Minato Namikaze, your father. Naruto, how could he even think of sealing the most powerful beast inside his own son? Kurama, don't misunderstand, he trusted that you could control my power. Naruto, he trusted me. Kurama, yes, just like your mother Kushina Uzumaki, the princess of the Uzumaki clan. Naruto, tell me, Kurama, did they love me? Kurama, of course they were eagerly awaiting your arrival. Naruto, thanks Kurama for telling me. Kurama, you're welcome, pup. Naruto watched as the sun set, so he stood up and went back to the Hokage Tower where he found those who were going to train him and teach him things about his clan. Shin, are you ready for your training tomorrow? Naruto, I'm looking forward to it. After that they left, though they had ruffled my hair while giving me a smile. Naruto felt very happy because now there were other people who cared about him. He left there heading towards his apartment when he saw Sasuke. He didn't know what he was doing at his apartment door, but it made him nervous. Naruto, Sasuke, what are you doing here? Sasuke, Naruto, is it true that you're leaving the village? Naruto, yes, I must fulfill my obligations. Sasuke, what obligations? Naruto, about my clan, now I'm the prince of the Uzumaki, I can't just leave them, they're my clan. Sasuke, so you'll leave us all? Me. Naruto, hey, I'll visit you guys from time to time and I'm sorry, I don't want to leave either, but I have to. Sasuke, can't you stay? Naruto, I'll stay until you finish the Chunin exams and they tell me when our village is ready. Sasuke, I understand, then I still have time. Naruto, time to. Naruto couldn't finish because Sasuke silenced him with a kiss on his lips. Naruto was surprised, but little by little he began to reciprocate. Sasuke had bitten his lower lip, making Naruto let out a small moan between kisses. It was then that Sasuke took the opportunity to slip his tongue in and explore Naruto's mouth, forming a battle of tongues where Sasuke was winning, but they had to separate for lack of air, so they parted, leaving a trail of saliva. Sasuke, no, Naruto, please don't leave my side. Naruto, Sasuke, I can't, I have to go. Sasuke, then I'll go with you. Naruto, but if you leave you'll be a deserter from the village. Sasuke, not if the Hokage approves. Naruto, Sasuke, would you be capable of doing that just to be by my side? Sasuke, I'm capable of that and more. Naruto, okay. Sasuke, I love you. Naruto, me too. Sasuke left, but not before giving Naruto a quick kiss on the lips. This day was truly beautiful for Naruto. Upon entering his apartment, he ate a sandwich and went to sleep, as he was tired from all the emotions he had experienced that day. Chapter 8. We find ourselves in Konoha, a peaceful village where many people strolled happily through the streets, unconcerned with anything happening around them. Meanwhile, in a forest, more specifically, the Forest of Death, there stood a blonde boy with red streaks, medium-length hair, sapphire blue eyes, and pale skin. 3 small marks adorned his cheeks. His face had delicate features, as did his slender body. He was incredibly handsome, and anyone who saw him would say he was an angel fallen from heaven. With him were 4 other people with red hair, 3 boys and 1 girl with medium-length hair that reached almost to her back. She had pale skin and 2 light brown eyes, while the other 2 had violet eyes. They were training the only boy, who was 12 years old, the one who would soon become the feudal lord of Uzumaki, well, until he finished his studies. But for now, he would be the prince. Shin, well, Naruto-sama, you can rest for 10 minutes. Naruto, thank you. Naruto sat down. He had spent the whole morning dodging blows and many other things, and now he was very tired. Naruto, I never thought my training would be so exhausting. Miku, and we haven't even started yet. What you did was just a warm-up. Naruto, what? Miku, yes, after you rest, the real training begins. Naruto had turned pale and was sweating profusely. If that was just the warm-up, he didn't want to imagine what the real training would be like. He rested as much as he could and then continued his training, which was incredibly difficult. He still couldn't quite manage one of the adamantine chains, but now he knew that his blood was very valuable, as it could heal people of anything or restore their chakra. However, the ability to heal with his own blood was unique to him. No one else possessed it. Only one in a large family was born with that gift, and Naruto was the one who had it. So now they would have to wait another 100 years for the next Uzumaki child to have that gift. Hours passed, and Naruto couldn't take it anymore. He was working on his chakra control until he mastered Kurama's chakra, which was a bit difficult since he had to let go of any hatred he harbored. Although Naruto said he didn't have much hatred deep down, he hated the villagers for beating him and injuring him so badly, and Naruto still couldn't forgive them. Although he thought he could, he had also been told that he was capable of awakening the Rinnegan, but what they didn't know for sure yet, so they were going to wait to find out. They also taught him Fuinjutsu, Taijutsu, and Kenjutsu very well, but since he was just starting out, it was extremely difficult for him, and it continued to be so. However, everything could be easier with the help of his clones. After telling him that his clones could pass on information to him, Naruto created them to learn faster. Even so, he wasn't going to learn everything in a day, but at least he would make progress with his training to become the leader of his clan. They had also told him to study clan laws and how to do business since he would need it when he became the leader. They spent the whole day like this. For Naruto, it was the worst kind of training, like being in hell. Finally, night fell and Naruto left the forest of death where he had been training and went back to his apartment. He made himself a sandwich to eat peacefully with some orange juice. After finishing, he took a 15-minute shower, relaxing as he felt the water run over his body and hair. When he finished showering, he changed. Wearing a simple white t-shirt with a red swirl on the back and navy blue shorts that reached almost to his knees, he sat on his bed and looked for a moment out the window next to it. He could see the stars and the moon shining through the window at night, thinking about some things that had happened to him these past few days. It was strange for him to be treated so well, even trained by very powerful people, but it made him very happy. Little by little, his eyes began to close, so he lay down, covering himself with his sheets and staring at the ceiling for a few minutes until he fell into the arms of Morpheus. Chapter 9. Naruto had been training since morning in the Forest of Death with his new senseis. Although Naruto was very grateful to them for training him, the four of them kept saying it was an honor to train the Uzumaki prince. This made Naruto a little nervous, as he wasn't sure if he would be good enough to lead such a powerful clan without accidentally messing things up. But he put all that aside. These four people were very encouraging, keeping him from feeling bad or stressed, and that made Naruto very happy. Miku, Naruto-sama can rest if he wants. Naruto, no, I'm not very tired, so I can continue. Miku, okay. They were now practicing taijutsu stances with one of their clones, while another practiced kenjutsu, so their senseis could see if he was doing the fighting stance correctly. Although there were some mistakes in the stance, it wasn't as bad as Naruto thought since they explained in detail how he had to do it. Naruto greatly appreciated their patience with him since the other senseis he had never had any. In fact, they didn't even bother to explain what he was doing wrong, they just made fun of him and only discouraged Naruto more. But this time it was different since these four people were very patient and explained things to him with affection. After a long training session, they gave Naruto a break to get something to eat and Naruto left, but not before giving them a hug. It should be said that the four Uzumakis, in the short time they had been with Naruto, had grown very fond of him and treated him like a younger brother. And well, they always watched over Naruto from the shadows, and the bicolored boy knew it very well since he had been with them he had learned to sense. His chakra signatures were so effective that their range was almost 10 meters, which made him proud of himself since before it was only 5 meters. But something was better than nothing, and if he kept this up, he'd soon be able to reach all of Konoha. That encouraged him greatly. As he walked, a little distracted, he arrived at Ikaraku where he ordered his usual. But he only ate one bowl so as not to ruin the diet that Kurama and the four Uzumakis had put him on. He continued walking since his break wasn't over yet, so he went to the park where he used to play with his friends when he was a child. Naruto, hey Kurama, do you think it's a good idea for me to leave Konoha? Kurama, I think so, pup. Besides, you know you have your clan and you must protect them since they are like your family. Naruto, I know, but I'll miss the village a little when I leave. Kurama, you can come and visit her whenever you want, and you know you must be a certain age to lead your clan. Naruto, yeah, I know. Naruto looked at the sky where there were a few clouds that came and went with the wind. It was then that he saw his teammates with his former sensei. Sakura, Naruto, you idiot, we have a mission. Naruto, mission, Kakashi, it seems we have to escort a girl and her father. Naruto, oh okay, shall we go now? Kakashi, yes. Then four red-haired people whom Naruto knew very well appeared behind him, startling Sakura who still knew nothing. Shin, don't worry Naruto-sama, we'll go with you. We're not allowed to leave your side. Naruto, okay. Sakura, why do they call Naruto Bakasama? Miku, more respect. Naruto, don't worry, I'm used to it. Well then, let's go. They all went to the gates of Konoha where a girl no older than Naruto. A little short with long brown hair down to her back, dark eyes, and medium tan skin, wearing a light pink kimono with red petals, and a man with light brown hair, dark eyes, and medium tan skin, wearing traditional Japanese clothing, were waiting for them at the gates of Konoha with a smile. Miko, hello, I'm Miko Yukata, and this is my father, Fuko. Fuko, hello, thank you for escorting me and my daughter. Kakashi, hello, I'm Kakashi Hadake, and these are my students. Sakura, hello, my name is Sakura Haruna. Sasuke HMP Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. The two people, upon hearing that surname, widened their eyes but then looked at the four people who were behind Naruto. Fuko, and they will also be our bodyguards. Shin, no, we only protect Naruto-sama. Miko, oh, and who are they? Shin, I'm Shin Uzumaki. Miko Uzumaki. Hina Uzumaki. Ki, I'm Ki Uzumaki. Miko, they are all Uzumaki. Hina, yes. Naruto, well, shall we go? Fuko, yes, let's go. So they left Konoha for a place they didn't yet know, since Kakashi had forgotten to tell them. So while they were walking, Sakura decided to ask. Sakura, Kakashi-sensei, where exactly are we going? Kakashi, it's a well-known village where there's only swamp and many medicinal plants. Sakura, and what's her name? Miko, it's called the Village of Darkness. Naruto, and why that name? Ki, you see Naruto-sama, it's called that because that swamp has a lot of thick, strange fog. It's said that travelers passing through get lost there and never reappear or are ever seen again. That fog can be treacherous if you're not from there. Naruto, I already have a feeling I'm going to get lost. Fuko, don't worry, we know where we have to go, so you just have to tie a rope around yourselves and us so we don't get lost. Naruto, well, I think I feel a little relieved now. Hina, although you shouldn't worry, Naruto-sama can control Kagura's mind eye a little, so getting lost in that place would be unlikely. Naruto, that's right. Sakura, what is Kagura's mind's eye? Shin, it's one of our sensory abilities that any Uzumaki has. With this ability, we are allowed to see the area where we are as if we were up in the sky. Ki, that ability is very useful when we are in such a thick fog that our sensor ability cannot see the chakra well. Kakashi, exactly, but in any village it's very rare to find ninjas with that sensory ability since not everyone is born with it. Only those of the Uzumaki clan who were believed to be extinct possess it, and Naruto was supposed to be the last of his clan, but it seems the rumors were wrong. Miko, is it true that in the Uzumaki clan only one person can have miraculous blood? Miku, how does she know that? Sakura, miracle blood. Fuko, according to what we've heard, every 100 years a child is born into the Uzumaki clan who, with just a little of his blood, can heal any wound, whether life-threatening or fatal or any disease. He could even, though it's not entirely clear, bring the dead back to life, isn't that right? Shin, yes, although I don't know how they know that. Sasuke, bringing the dead back to life. That would be impossible. He looked at Naruto for a moment and noticed that he was a little tense. Miko, I wonder if that child is dead or alive, because if he's dead, wouldn't they have to wait another 100 years? Miku, yes. Kakashi, okay, let's move on here. Everyone started setting up their tents. Naruto was a little nervous, but he didn't show it. Then they all ate and went to sleep. But what they didn't know was that Fuko had left to talk to someone a little while before going back to sleep. Well, that's what Fuko thought, that no one was watching him. But he was very wrong, because the four Uzumakis who were in the branches of some trees to keep a good eye on Naruto were looking at him very suspiciously. Chapter 10. Naruto narrates. I was asleep so peacefully, like I was in someone's arms. I woke up suddenly to find Sasuke standing in front of me. You might be wondering why he's here. Well, it's simple. Sakura deliberately forgot her tent so she could sleep with Sasuke, but she was out of luck. Sasuke gave her his tent, but he's sleeping with me, so you can imagine how Sakura reacted to that. And now I'm in Sasuke's arms. How we got here, I don't know, but I feel good. I decided to wake Sasuke, but not a word came out of my mouth as I remembered the kiss he'd given me, so I started to stutter. Naruto, Sasuke, wake up. I started to move Sasuke, and it seemed that he was waking up as he slowly began to open his onyx black eyes, which calmed me and occasionally made me nervous. Sasuke, Dobi, go back to sleep. Naruto, don't tell me Dobi team. Sasuke, it's too early to fight, don't you think? Naruto, Sasuke, do you think Sakura is angry with me for sleeping with you? Sasuke, it's likely. Naruto, then I don't want to leave the tent anymore, not if Sakura is angry with me. Sasuke, why are you worried that Sakura is angry with you? He asked, a little annoyed, but he hid it. Naruto, because of her gaze it makes me nervous when she looks at me angrily. Sasuke, don't worry about that anymore, just stay close to me or ignore her like I do. Naruto, it's easy for you to say, Sasuke. You got used to Sakura's intense gaze, but I didn't. Sasuke, then you'll be by my side the whole way. Naruto, good, guys, wake up. Sasuke, HMP, let's go, Kakashi-sensei. Naruto, then let's get up. Sasuke and I left the tent dressed to have breakfast with the others. After we finished, we packed everything up and left, walking calmly. Although I was next to Sasuke, I could feel Sakura's gaze on me. Sakura, Sasuke-kun, would you like to go on a date after the mission? Sasuke, no. Sakura, but. Sasuke, no, and stop insisting. Naruto, Fukasan, how much longer until we get there? Fuko, it won't be long now, don't worry. Miko, tell me, Naruto-kun, how old are you? Naruto, I'm 12. Miko, and when is your birthday? Naruto, October 10th. Miko, and you? Sakura, 13 years old. Sasuke, 13. Naruto, wait, they're a year older than me. Sasuke, yes, Dobi. Naruto, don't tell me Dobi team. Sakura, shut up, Naruto, you idiot. Kakashi, okay guys, calm down, there's no need to fight. Fuko, you have to be careful around here, there are always rogue ninjas who rob travelers. Naruto, do you feel that? Kurama, if there's anything about those two I don't like. Naruto, yes, I also saw that you have a chakra signature to protect yourselves. Kurama, kid, don't let your guard down, they might want something. Naruto, yes. We continued along the path very calmly, although I was now a little nervous since I noticed about 5 chakra signatures telling us something. And I think my 4 senseis noticed them too, but for now they aren't doing anything. When we saw a mist, I realized we had reached the difficult part. That's when Shin, Ki, Hina, and Miku appeared behind me. Shin, will have to be careful here. Miku, yes, I propose taking Miko with me. Hina, me to Sakura. Shin, me to Fuko. Ki, then I'll take Kakashi, and you, Naruto, will take Sasuke. Don't cut the ropes if you don't want to get lost around here. Miko, okay, glancing sideways at Naruto with a blush. Naruto, okay, Sasuke, let's both tie ourselves up with the rope, okay. Sasuke, sure, Dobi. Naruto, don't follow me, Dobi team. Sasuke, HMP. Sasuke tied himself to one end of the rope, as did I, leaving us only slightly separated. When we were all ready, I activated Kagura's mind's eye to see better in the mist, and we all began to walk. The narrator narrates. Everyone was walking in silence. For some it was uncomfortable, but for others it wasn't. Sasuke, are you sure you know where you're going, Dobi? Naruto was about to say something when he felt Sasuke's hands grab his waist and his face, hiding it in the crook of his shoulder and neck. Naruto, yeah, I saw Sasuke, what are you doing? Sasuke, I like it, the scent is vanilla. Naruto, Sasuke, stop doing teethad. Sasuke, fine, but you're not getting away with it next time. Naruto, Naruto no longer felt Sasuke behind him, so he remained focused on the path to escape the fog. An hour passed as they walked until they finally emerged from the thick mist. They stowed away the ropes and continued walking as they still hadn't reached the village. They were in a swamp where the trees were frightening and the grass wasn't very nice, but as they had been told, there were many medicinal plants that other forests or villages didn't have. Naruto gathered some medicinal plants for himself and put them in a jar with water, then wrapped it in a scroll. After walking for so long, they saw a small village in the distance with a few houses, only for those who were very wealthy. Naruto, nice village. Miko, thanks, it's this way. They all followed Miko and her father Fuko to their house where they were given some tea, but then they began to feel weak and faint. Then all they saw were Miko and Fuko's smiles, and then all they saw was black. Chapter 11. Naruto was waking up, but he noticed he was tied to a stretcher and his friends were in jail. Naruto started yelling at them since he didn't sense any chakra nearby so they wouldn't hear him. That's when his friends started to wake up. Naruto, guys, it's great that you're awake. Shin, are you alright, Naruto-sama? Naruto, yes, I think so. Sasuke, where are we? Kakashi, I don't know, but we need to get out of here fast. Miku, Naruto-sama, don't worry, we'll get you out of there. Naruto, okay. While the others were trying to break through a barrier that the Uzumakis were now observing to figure out how to break it, they heard a door open, revealing Miko and Fuko, who approached Naruto. Miko, you already woke up, Naruto-kun. Hina, what do you want? Fuko, I think you already know, let's go to Naruto-kun. Naruto, me Miko, yes, Naruto-kun to you. Kakashi, why do they want Naruto? Ki, if you do anything to the Uzumaki prince, you'll have problems with our clan. Fuko, her prince. Hina, yes, he is the prince of the Uzumaki clan. Miko, did you hear that? Otosan, Fuko, yes, finally we can have the Uzumaki riches. Shin, but then they would have to. Sakura, what would they have to do? Hina, to marry Prince Uzumaki. Miko, I'm going to marry Naruto-kun and we'll have our son and he'll be very powerful. Naruto, what? Fuko, daughter, do you want Naruto-kun as your husband? Miko, yes, father, I want the wedding to be tomorrow. Fuko, okay, daughter, I'll make the wedding preparations. Miko, yes. Fuko left, leaving Miko next to Naruto, who was looking at her angrily. Naruto, why do you want me as your husband? Miko, because I want a child of yours and your blood. Naruto, my bloods. Miko, yes, Naruto-kun, as you probably already know, only one Uzumaki is born with the ability to heal any disease or cure any wound, and only one is born every 100 years. Naruto, and how do you know it's me? Miko, we just have to try it, don't you think? Naruto, what? Shin, don't touch Naruto-sama. Hina, Miku, how are you doing with that? He whispered the last part to the girls. Miku, not yet, just wait a little bit. Sasuke, if you do anything to Naruto, I swear I'll kill you. Naruto, Sasuke, I thought, looking at him. Kurama, kid, these ropes are preventing me from transferring my chakra to your body. I think they have an Uzumaki on their side. Naruto, an Uzumaki on his side. Kurama, if there's an Uzumaki seal under the stretcher that prohibits the use of chakra. Naruto looked at Miko, who had taken a kunai from its kunai pouch, stared at it for a moment and then looked at it with a smile. Naruto, what are you doing? Miko, don't worry, it will only hurt a little. Kakashi, you know that if you do anything to him, you'll have problems with Konoha and the Uzumaki clan, right? Miko, and you must remember that tomorrow I'm marrying Naruto, and when I do, they won't be able to do anything to me. Sakura, you can't force Naruto to marry you. Naruto must love you the way Sasuke and I love each other. Sasuke, I don't love you and don't drag me into your love life. Sakura, if you hurt Naruto, I'll kill you slowly and painfully, do you hear me? Miko, Sasuke-kun, why are you so worried about Naruto-kun? Sasuke. Miko, you like Naruto-kun, don't you? Sasuke. Sakura, Sasuke-kun, Miko, well, let's test if your blood can heal. Miko cut her arm slightly with the kunai she had taken from Naruto, who was watching her in amazement, but then Miko brought her face close to Naruto's neck and bit him. Naruto, nah, Sasuke, damn it. Miko swallowed some of Naruto's blood and then Miko's injured arm healed. Miko, so it's you. Shit. Miko, by the way, Naruto-kun, I hope you don't mind, but I want you to name some ninjas. 5 slightly injured ninjas emerged from the door. Miko, guys, you just have to bite it and swallow some of its blood. Thank you, ma'am. The 5 men approached Naruto, who was looking at them in fear. The men began to bite him very hard, making Naruto scream in pain, tears welling in his eyes while his friends watched helplessly. When the men left, leaving Naruto asleep, Miku and Hina continued trying to remove the barrier until... Chapter 12. 2 people entered the room carrying Naruto, who was still asleep, with them. Sasuke, where are they taking him? That's none of your business, brat. The men left with a sleeping Naruto in their arms, leaving the others there. Miku, ready? Shin, finally. The 2 girls removed the barrier. Shin and Ki destroyed the bars with Sasuke by their side, who helped them, and they went in search of Naruto. Kakashi, which way? Hina, over there. They started running to the right where the Uzumakis sensed Naruto's chakra until they saw the 2 men enter a room with Naruto. After a few minutes they came out of there. Shin, alright, Sasuke and Ki will come with me, you guys watch the hallways. Sakura, and who made you the leader? Kakashi, alright, let's do it. Sakura, this isn't the time to decide who will be the leader. There are other things to worry about, like saving Naruto and getting out of here. They all went to a hallway while Sasuke, Shin, and Ki entered the room where they had left Naruto, finding him on a bed with handcuffs on his wrists and ankles. Sasuke, but what? Shin, there's no time to look at how weird this room is. Let's get Naruto-sama out of here. The room contained many torture devices used for sexual intercourse, which was very strange, and Miko seemed to love these things, but they didn't dwell on it. Instead, they approached Naruto to break the handcuffs. Sasuke lifted him from the bed princess style and they left the room. They began searching for an exit. After searching all the corridors, they found a room they recognized very well as it contained the exit door. They ran towards it but were forced to retreat by 3 people who appeared in front of them. Shin, wait that. Ki chakra. Miku, it's a... Hina, Uzumaki. Kakashi, what? Shin, what's your name? The one in the middle. Leia, I'm Leia Uzumaki, and you too. Hina, yes. Leia, but I thought my clan was dead and I was the only one left. Ki, well, that's not true, besides you kidnapped our prince. Leia, what? Shin, apparently you didn't know, but Naruto-sama is our prince now. Will you stay with them or come with us? Hina, but remember, if you choose the enemy instead of your family and clan, you will be banished and will never be able to use the Uzumaki abilities again. Leia, my loyalty is with my clan. Then Leia attacked the 2 men who were beside her, leaving them unconscious on the ground. Leia, we have to go. They all left there with a sleeping Naruto in Sasuke's arms. They continued running until they reached the fog. They all grabbed onto a rope and went deeper into it. They walked quickly for an hour until they could get out and continue running without looking back. After running for almost an hour and a half, they stopped next to a river to rest. Miku, that was close, I thought they were going to catch us. Sakura, well, I'm tired. Can we stay here and sleep? Kakashi-sensei. Leia, I don't think staying here overnight is a good idea, plus we're still a bit close. Kakashi, yes, it's best to continue on our way to Konoha. Sakura, but I'm tired. Kakashi, I know, Sakura, but if we stay here they might ambush us and kidnap Naruto. Sakura, and let's leave that idiot Naruto a little far away and rest. Kakashi, Sakura, are you even listening to yourself? You want to leave a comrade behind in danger so you can rest. What happened to those who abandon their friends? Are they worse than scum? Sakura, but Kakashi-sensei. Kakashi, but nothing will change. We'll protect Naruto and leave now. Without further ado, Kakashi began to walk, followed by the others, and behind them, Sakura, angry because she couldn't rest. They continued walking for a while longer until Naruto began to wake up. Naruto, what happened? Sasuke, Dobi, are you okay? Naruto, don't call me Dobi team, and yes, I'm fine, but where are we? Shin, don't worry Naruto-sama, we've already left that place and found another Uzumaki. Naruto, another one. Of course, I sensed in Uzumaki's chakra earlier, so is that you? Leia, yes, I am Leia Uzumaki Naruto-sama. Naruto, I like it a lot. He was a 20-year-old man with long red hair down to his neck, light brown eyes, pale skin, wearing a white t-shirt, a black jacket with the Uzumaki symbol on the back, and blue Anbu pants. Naruto, Sasuke, you can put me down now. Sasuke, shh. Sasuke carefully lowered Naruto to the ground and noticed that he no longer had bite marks on his body, but he was still angry at himself for not being able to do anything but watch as Naruto was bitten. Sakura, Sasuke-kun, now that you've put Naruto down, idiot, can you carry me in your arms? I'm tired. Sasuke, no, walk, he said, starting to walk with the others. Does she think I'm a cart or something? Of course I'd carry Naruto without a problem, but never her. I'd use her as an ironing board. Before carrying her in my arms, he thought irritably at having Sakura hanging from his arm, which he abruptly pulled away, causing Sakura to fall to the ground. Stop bothering me. They continued their walk in silence, which was somewhat uncomfortable for Sakura but relaxing for the others. After walking all day, night had fallen, so they made camp. Sakura collapsed exhausted onto the ground while the others were now eating peacefully. When they finished, everyone went to sleep. Chapter 13. Sasuke narrates. I was asleep in the tent, hugging my Dobi who was still asleep, although I didn't want to wake him up since he looked so cute, so I had to. Sasuke, Naru, wake up. Naruto, Sasuke. Sasuke, we need to get up, the others must already be awake. Naruto, 5 more minutes. Sasuke, come on Dobi, if you get up when we get back to Konoha, I'll buy you ramen at Ikaraku. Naruto, what are you waiting for? Sasuke, get up. I didn't realize that Naruto was already outside the tent. I just laughed internally as he came out of the tent and met up with the others. Kakashi, good morning guys. Naruto/Sasuke, good morning. Naruto and Sakura, Miku, she must still be asleep. Hina, yes, she was very tired. Naruto, poor Sakura. Kakashi, well, that doesn't matter anymore. Miku-san, can you go wake up Sakura? Miku, sure, I'll be right back. Miku got up and grabbed a bucket from who knows where she got it and went to get water from the river. She came back, but now she went to my tent that I had lent to Sakura. Hina, don't tell me that. Ki, if he's going to do it. Naruto, what will he do? K, you'll see. Then we heard a scream that was Sakura's. It could surely be heard all the way to the village. When we finished breakfast, we started walking towards Konoha. Naruto narrates. I was really excited today because Sasuke told me he was taking me to Ikaraku for ramen, so I was really happy. As we walked, I was talking to Miku about my clan and training. Naruto, so my clan is very powerful. Tebjo. Miku, yes, and there's more. Did you know that if you face another Uzumaki, the fight can last a week without either of you getting tired? Naruto, seriously. Miku, yes, although I think your Naruto-sama will last more than a week fighting. Naruto, what? Why do you say that? Hina, she's referring to that. Naruto, oh. Sakura, that Naruto, nothing. Miku, Naruto-sama, don't they know? She whispered in his ear. Naruto, no, I'm afraid of what they'll say when they find out he spoke in the same way as Miku. Miku, and why don't you tell them? Naruto, I'm not ready yet. Miku, okay, I respect your decision, Naruto-sama. We continued walking for a while longer until we saw the gates of Konoha ahead, which gave me even more motivation to run. Naruto, let's go faster. Tebjo, Kakashi, wait Naruto, what's the rush? Naruto, Sasuke told me he was going to take me to Ikaraku for ramen. Kakashi, oh really? Sasuke, yes, is there a problem? Kakashi, no, while reading his precious Ika. Sakura, Sasuke-kun, can I come too? Sasuke, no. Naruto, come on Sasuke, don't be mean to Sakura, she can come too. Sasuke, Naruto, I only invited you, no one else. Miku, I really don't like that girl named Sakura. She treats Naruto-sama very badly and wants to steal his destined mate. I want to strangle her with my bare hands, but first I want to make her suffer. He she thought with a dark aura that everyone noticed. Naruto, Miku-san, is something wrong? Miku, no, nothing Naruto-sama. Naruto, okay. When Kakashi-sensei arrived, he went to give the mission report to Hiruzen while I left with Sasuke and Sakura. Sakura, well, she went home with a depressed aura. I felt sorry for her seeing her like that and wanted to tell her to come with us, but Sasuke told me that he had only invited me and wanted to spend time with me, so I didn't say anything and went with Sasuke to Ikaraku where we ordered ramen. Tuche, hello Naruto, what can I serve you? Naruto, you know Tuche Ajisan the usual. Tuche, okay are you? Sasuke, a ramen with tomatoes. Tuche, okay. Tuche went to prepare our orders, leaving me and Sasuke waiting. Sasuke, Naruto, I want to ask you a question. Naruto, what's up? Sasuke, what would you do if I left the village to train with Orochimaru? Naruto, what? Sasuke, I'm talking about what would you do if I went to train with Orochimaru? Naruto, I would come looking for you and make you see reason. I wouldn't care if I broke every bone in your body and I would give my life to do that. Sasuke, HMPH, you don't have to give your life just to make me see reason, Dobi. Naruto, don't tell me Dobi team. Sasuke, what I mean is that you, Naruto, turn my world upside down and bring out all my darkest thoughts. Naruto, Sasuke, you are very important to me. Sasuke, you are too, Dobi. Tucha, here you go, guys. Naruto, thank you Tucha Ajisan. Sasuke, thank you. We started eating peacefully while chatting animatedly, though the questions Sasuke had asked me really got me thinking. Would I really be capable of leaving the village just to train with Orochimaru? I pushed that thought aside since I didn't want to dwell on things like that. Now we were walking through the streets of Konoha. I was so lost in thought that I almost bumped into someone, but Sasuke grabbed my hand and pulled me towards him. My head bumped against his chest since I'm a bit shorter than Sasuke. Naruto, hello. Naruto, hello. Chapter 14. Naruto, hello Iro-senins. Jiraiya, oh hello Sasuke, what are you doing? Sasuke, hello. Naruto, we were just taking a walk, we got back from a mission. Jiraiya, I see, and how's your training going? Naruto, well for now I'm resting. Jiraiya, oh by the way Naruto, the Hokage asked me to find the new Hokage. Naruto, to the new Hokage. Jiraiya, yes, and I was wondering if you'd like to come with me. Naruto, I don't know. Jiraiya, think about it, I'm leaving tomorrow. If you want to come, I'll wait for you at the gates of Konoha. Jiraiya left, leaving Naruto and Sasuke walking alone. Sasuke, and why don't you go with him? Naruto, I don't know, I have my training and I don't want to leave you alone with Sakura. Sasuke, why Naruto, do you think you can handle Sakura on your own? Sasuke, I did it before, why not now? Naruto, well I saw how you tried to kill her with your eyes. Sasuke, it's just that it's tiring. Naruto, are you sure the patience you've had with him all this time won't explode? Sasuke, when you return and can't find Sakura anywhere you'll know. Naruto, hehe, then I'll go with Iro-sennin. Sasuke, and who knows, maybe I'll teach you something. Naruto, you're right, I just hope it's not some perverted thing he does, isn't that Ino? Sasuke, apparently so. Ino, hello Sasuke-kun. Sasuke HMP. Naruto, hello Ino. Ino, hi Naruto, what are you doing? Sasuke, nothing. Naruto, we're just taking a walk and what are you doing? Ino, I was just about to go see Sakura but she seemed a little down. Naruto, poor thing, see Sasuke, I told you he had to come with us. Sasuke HMPH, and I told you I only invited you, Dobi. Naruto, don't follow me, Dobi team. Ino, oh well excuse me, I'm leaving. Naruto, goodbye Ino. Ino, goodbye Naruto, Sasuke-kun. Sasuke, so what do you want to do now? Naruto, why don't we go to the Hokage faces? Sasuke, okay. As Naruto and Sasuke walked towards the Hokage faces, they chatted about anything and everything, and the people passing by looked at them strangely since it was the first time they had seen Sasuke laugh. When they arrived at the Hokage faces, Naruto sat on the top of the fourth Hokage tower to gaze at the sky, and Sasuke sat beside him. Naruto, you know I never knew why, but I always liked sitting on the fourth Hokage's head. Sasuke, oh yeah, Naruto, yes. They spent an hour silently staring at the sky until an ANBU appeared behind them. Anbu, Naruto, Uzumaki, the Hokage wants to see you as well as Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto, okay let's go. The ANBU left. Naruto and Sasuke headed towards the Hokage tower. Upon arriving they saw Hiruzen with 4 hooded figures. Naruto, Hiruzen, did you summon us? Hiruzen, yes Naruto, Sasuke come. Sasuke, what's wrong? Hiruzen, it's something important. Sasuke, if it's important, do these 4 hooded figures have anything to do with us? Naruto, Sasuke, there are 2 who have the same chakra as you and 1 who has the same chakra as me. Sasuke, what? Hiruzen, you can now remove the capes. The 4 people removed their cloaks, revealing 2 men and 2 women. One had long red hair that reached her back, lilac eyes, and pale skin. The other woman had jet black hair like Sasuke's, but long enough to reach her waist, onyx-colored eyes, and pale skin. The other man had blonde hair like Naruto's, sapphire blue eyes, and tan skin, though he was somewhat effeminate like Naruto. The other man had jet black hair, onyx-colored eyes, and pale skin, but he had a furrowed brow. Sasuke, Ukasen. Yes, my little one, it's me. Sasuke ran to his mother, whom he believed to be dead, but apparently that was not the case. Naruto, you are the 4th Hokage but should. Minato, yes, but tell me Minato. Kushina, yes, my Kushina. Naruto, we are your parents. Naruto, his eyes glistening with tears, ran to where his parents were, though inside Naruto, Kurama couldn't get over his shock since he had thought that he had killed them with his claw. Naruto, but how? Minato, how did we survive? It's difficult to explain, but we woke up today and recovered from our injuries. Kushina, yes, and now we can be a happy family, although. Minato, we have something to tell you. Mikoto, hello Naruto, I'm Mikoto Uchiha, Sasuke's mother. Fugaku HMPM Fugaku Uchiha, Sasuke's father. Naruto, hello. Kushina went to Mikoto's side, and Fugaku went to Minato's side, where he hugged the blonde man around the waist, making him blush. Naruto, what Sasuke, what's going on here? Naruto, Sasuke, can't you see our parents are? Mikoto, yes, we had to hide our love from people and we had to start a family because the council forced us to. Naruto, that damn council, see Hiruzen, hee, I was right. You should have told the council to go to hell. He couldn't finish because Kushina hit him, giving him a bump on the head. Kushina, your vocabulary, young man. Naruto, buts. Kushina, no buts, I'll have to teach you some manners, Titebin. Naruto, but mom, the council members started it, Titebio. Kushina, Titebio. Minato, it seems to have the same phrase as you, only slightly different. Sasuke, now that I'm seeing Naruto's parents, I could confess my feelings in front of them, he thought. Approaching Naruto's parents, excuse me. Minato, yes, Sasuke, I want to talk to you. Naruto, Sasuke, and I want it to be in front of Naruto and my parents too. Mikoto, what's wrong, Sasuke? Sasuke, Naruto, he takes Naruto's hands, making him blush. Do you want to be my boyfriend? Naruto, yes, I want to be your boyfriend, Teme. Naruto lunged at Sasuke, hugging her around the neck. It was then that someone entered the office looking very serious. You two can't be together. Hiruzen, you. Chapter 15. The place was in a somewhat awkward silence as everyone was staring at the person who had entered without permission. Minato, and why can't they be together if I may ask? Danzo-san. Danzo, first Sasuke must rebuild his clan and Naruto can't because he's a man. Second, the Kyuubi child should be training with me. Kushina, what should I name my baby? 5 with a sweet but scary smile. Minato, son, stay away from your mother for a bit. Naruto, what, why? Minato. If there's one thing I've learned in my life, it's not to make your mother angry. Kushina slowly approached Danzo as her hair rose into 9 tails and her eyes shone with fury. Then chains began to emerge from her back and Danzo began to sweat profusely. Danzo, Kukushinasan, can we talk about this calmly? Naruto, mom, calm down. Besides, Danzo doesn't have the power to tell us what to do, only Hiruzen does, hee. Kushina, yes, you're right, listen carefully, old man, if you don't accept my son's relationship with Sasuke, I'll personally hold your funeral, do you hear me? Hiruzen, yes, Kushina, and of course she accepted the relationship between Naruto and Sasuke. Kushina, very good, that's what I like to hear. Danzo, Hiruzen, think it over. Sasuke must rebuild his clan and Naruto won't be able to give him children. He has to choose at least 2 or 3 women. Kushina, you can't have an opinion, calls. Besides, my Naru can procreate. Everyone, what, Kushina, that my son can bring life since he is a young man. Naruto, what is a donsal? Kushina, Naruto, a donsal is one who can procreate, as I already said. Naruto, so see can I get pregnant? Kushina, yes, my baby. Danzo, then let Sasuke choose 3 women and Naruto choose 3 men and let them restore their 2 clans. Sasuke, if he lays a hand on him, why Naru, I'll kill him. Mikoto, possessive Uchiha jealousy, it reminds me of when Fugaku was jealous of any man who got close to Minato. It's a shame they couldn't be together like Kushina and I, but now we can change that, she thought, looking at Minato and Fugaku and then at Kushina. Hiruzen, accept it, Danzo. You can't touch Naruto because he's part of Uzumaki and Sasuke is now the prince's boyfriend. You have no authority over them. Kushina, yes. Naruto, mom, are you going to take responsibility for the clan? Kushina, yes, it's a shame there are no more Uzumakis alive. Naruto, don't you know? Kushina, to know that my life. Naruto, there are more Uzumakis. There are 5 who protect me and will train me. Kushina, are there more Uzumakis? Naruto, yes. Miku, Kushina-sama, she's alive. Kushina, yes, so you're the ones protecting my son, right? Shin, yes, Kushina-sama, allow me to introduce myself. I am Shin Uzumaki. Miku, I'm Miku. Hina, I'm Hina, nice to meet you. Ki, I am Ki. Leia, and I am Leia. It is a great honor to meet you, Kushina-sama. Kushina, hello, and it's a pleasure to meet you too. Ki, by the way, Kushina-sama, there are more Uzumaki who are rebuilding the village. Kushina, really, Ki, yes. Kushina, okay, I'll go back to Uzumaki, but Naruto will stay to continue learning, and Naruto, don't worry, I'll come visit you, okay? Naruto, of course, mom. Minato, will you stay with me, Naru? Naruto, yes, father. Minato, well, we should probably go now, right? Hiruzen, oh, by the way, Naruto, did Jiraiya already tell you? Naruto, are we going to look for the new Hokage tomorrow? Hiruzen, yes. Naruto, of course he told me and I'm going. Minato, well I'll stay on as Hokage for a while, right? Hiruzen, yes Minyo, you'll start tomorrow. Minato, okay. After that, everyone went home, while Sasuke was told what really happened in the Uchiha massacre, and Naruto went with his parents so they could talk to his brother and his cousin Karin. Everyone ended up sleeping, very tired from all the information they had heard. Chapter 16. Naruto narrates. I was waking up feeling a little sleepy, but when I remembered everything from yesterday, I got up quickly and went to take a 15-minute shower. When I got out, I dressed in a loose gray t-shirt with my navy blue ANBU pants and an open white jacket. I left my room and went to the kitchen where my parents were making breakfast. Naruto, good morning. Kushina, good morning, son. Minato, good mornings. Naruto, father, you're going to work as the 4th Hokage today, right? Minato, yes, and you're going with Jiraiya, right? Naruto, yes. They began to eat breakfast very calmly like a family. Naruto was finally happy. Minato, well, I have to go to the Hokage Tower now. Kushina, okay, good luck. Minato, thank you, goodbye, sons. Naruto, goodbye, father. Kushina, well, Naru, I'll be going to use a Shigekure very soon. Shouldn't you be going with Jiraiya today? Naruto, yes, I already prepared my things last night. Kushina, well, have a good trip, okay. Naruto, yes, mom, I went to get my backpack and left, but not before giving him a kiss on the cheek and a hug. Then I headed towards the gates of Konoha. When I arrived, I saw Hiroshinin, Miku, and Ki by his side. Naruto. Jiraiya, hey brat, are you ready? Naruto, yes. Ki/Miku, hello Naruto-sama. Naruto, hello Miku Ki. Without further ado, we left the village, although I didn't really know where we had to go since Hiroshinin didn't tell me. Naruto, Hiroshinin, where are we really going? Jiraiya, well, Sai, since nobody knows where Tsunade, your godmother, is going, we'll have to go to towns where we can bet. Naruto, and why in those villages? Jiraiya, good question. You see, Tsunade is known as the legendary loser. Naruto, don't tell me why he loses every bet he makes, right? Jiraiya, yes, that's right. Naruto, and why did he leave the village? Jiraiya, nobody's quite sure about that yet, but I think it was because of her boyfriend, her brother, and because she still thinks your parents are dead. Naruto, did she know them? Jiraiya, yes, I treated them like my own children, and I grew very fond of Minato to the point of teaching him everything I know. Even though he had created his own jutsu, he taught it to me and I wanted to teach it to his son. Naruto, me. Jiraiya, yes, brat. Naruto, and what is it? Jiraiya, the Rasengan. Naruto, the Rasengan. Jiraiya, yes, although according to your father it's not yet fully perfected. Naruto, then I'll perfect it. Jiraiya, haha, and I have no doubt about that, but first you must learn the Rasengan. Naruto, and you'll show it to me, right? Jiraiya, yes, but only when we reach the nearest village. Naruto, okay. We walked for 2 hours until we reached the nearest village, the one Hiroshinin had told me about, where Tsunade, my godmother, had last been seen. Jiraiya, all right, brat, you're going to find a place where we can sleep while I look for some useful information. Naruto, if you're talking about useful information, you don't mean you're going where there are a lot of women, do you? With a little dinner on his forehead. Jiraiya, goodbye. Naruto, Hiroshinin, come here. Miku, Naruto-sama, we have to go. Ki, yes, it would be better if we went to find a place where we can sleep. Naruto, yes, of course. We started walking through the town's streets. There were a lot of people gambling and others enjoying themselves with their families. After searching for an hour, we found a very nice inn to stay in. I was going to sleep in separate beds with Miku, while Lei was also sleeping in separate beds with Hiroshinin in another room. When we arrived, I left my things on the bed. Miku, this room is very beautiful. Naruto, yes, it also has a very nice view of the village. I sat on the bed near the window and started looking at the sky with the clouds, but at that moment the image of Sasuke came to my mind. I hadn't even been a day without him and I already missed him. Miku, are you alright, Naruto-sama? Naruto, yeah, it's just that I miss Sasuke. Miku, is he her boyfriend? Naruto, WL, yes. Miku, Naruto-sama is so cute, but don't worry. If we find Tsunade, we'll get back to the village faster. Naruto, yes, although if I knew what his chakra was like, it would be easier and faster. Miku, Naruto-sama, don't worry about those things and don't get depressed. Naruto, you're right, hehe. Miku, are you hungry? Naruto, a little. Miku, so I'll go buy what you want to eat. Naruto, ramen. Miku, hahaha, okay, I'll be right back, and if you need anything, Ki is right next door. Naruto, okay. Miku left the room and I stayed looking out the window, but something was making me nervous. I sensed 2 figures approaching my room but with bad intentions. And that wasn't all. Sasuke was nearby, and I didn't know why, but I wanted to go to him and hug him. I was curious about what those 2 chakra signatures wanted, but my thoughts were snapped out of them when there was a knock at the door. A little wary, I approached the door and hesitated for a moment before opening it, but curiosity was killing me, so I opened it and found myself face to face with. Chapter 17. Naruto narrates. There were two people at my door. One looked like a shark. He had blue skin, sharp teeth. He literally looked like a shark. But on his back he had a sword that moved a little. Next to him was another man. One half was white and the other half was black, and he was surrounded by something green like a plant. Naruto, who are you? That's none of your business. We've come for you. Without thinking twice, I closed the door, or tried to, since the one who looked like a shark put his foot in, preventing me from closing it. And then he opened it. But then Ki appeared, and then Sasuke, who hugged me tightly. Sasuke, are you okay? Did they hurt you? Naruto, I'm not okay. Sasuke, what a relief. Ki, who are they and what do they want with Naruto-sama? Kasame, I am Kasame. Zetsu and me Zetsu. Kasame, and what we want from that brat is none of your business. Ki, I won't let them hurt Naruto-sama. The one now called Kasame attacked Ki, but he nimbly dodged, striking the one called Zetsu, then looked at Kasame. Ki, Naruto-sama, Sasuke-san, go find Miku and stay with her now. It's Naruto, but Ki, no, but's now Naruto-sama. It's Naruto, good. Sasuke and I left there looking for Miku until I felt her chakra signature very close, so I grabbed Sasuke's hand and started running faster than before. When I arrived, I saw Miku at a ramen stand. Naruto, Miku, there you are. Miku, Naruto-sama, Sasuke-san, what are you doing here? Sasuke, I'll get straight to the point. Ki is fighting with two people who want to take Naruto away. Miku, what? Go find Jiraiya while I go help Ki. Sasuke, good. Miku ran off and we went to look for Erosnin. Sasuke, did you find it yet? Naruto, yes. Sasuke, where? I pointed to a place and Sasuke saw it. We both had anime-style sweat drops on the back of our necks. We approached the place and went inside. There were a lot of women there wearing very little clothing. Sasuke, I can't believe she's singing here. Naruto, yes, and on top of that to look for information. Sasuke, anyway, where could he be? Naruto, where there are a lot of women. We saw that in front of us was Erosnin with a bunch of women hugging him, so we approached him. Sasuke, Jiraiya. Jiraiya, huh, what are you brats doing here? Naruto, well, running for our lives, what else could we do? Sasuke, two people are looking for Naruto. Jiraiya, how do they dress? Serious. Sasuke, he has black capes with red clouds. Jiraiya, Akatsuki, where Naruto, Ki and Miku are fighting very close by right now. Jiraiya, stay in a crowded place. I'll fight them, okay? Sasuke, good. And as Erosnin said, we find ourselves in a place where there are a lot of people. Sasuke had me by the waist and I hugged him around the neck. In this town there were couples like us and nobody said anything to them, so we could be like this. After waiting for a while, I could see Miku approaching us with a smile. Naruto, Miku, is everything alright? Miku, yes, Naruto-sama, Sasuke-san, you will sleep with Naruto-sama in another room, okay? Sasuke. Miku, here's the key to her room. Goodbye, Naruto/Sasuke, goodbye. After that, we stayed there a while longer until it got dark, so we started walking, looking at the lights of the stalls that brightened the streets. When we arrived at the inn where we would be staying, we looked for our room. When we found it, we went in and I was surprised by what I saw. There was only a double bed where my things and Sasuke's were. That Miku girl surely had something to do with it. Sasuke hugged me from behind and kissed my cheek. Sasuke, we should sleep, don't you think? Naruto, yes, I'm very tired. Sasuke, me too, after running all the way from Konoha to here. Naruto, and why were you running? Sasuke, isn't it obvious? I found out those two people were after you, so I came as fast as I could. Naruto, you're very considerate, Sasuke. I turned around and Sasuke kissed me on the lips. I hesitated for a moment before kissing him back, but then I wrapped my arms around his neck and he hugged me around the waist until there was a knock at the door. I went to open it and found Miku, who gave us dinner. When she left, I gave Sasuke a tray with his food and we sat down at one of the small tables in the room. After we finished eating, we just changed and went to sleep. Chapter 18. It was a quiet day like any other. We came across a group of people walking and talking animatedly, but Jiraiya had a bump on his head. You might wonder why. Well, let's just say he'd chosen the wrong moment to spy on the hot springs. Miku, HMPH, you perverted old man. She said angrily, yes, boys and girls, Jiraiya was spying on the hot springs just as Miku entered. Naruto heh. Jiraiya, why crying in anime style? Naruto, Erosnin, don't complain, you brought it on yourself. Miku, if you're a pervert. Jiraiya, and how was I supposed to know that Miku went into the hot springs just when there were beautiful women there? Although I don't regret anything, he thought with a blush on his face. Miku, stop thinking about perverted things. She punched him in the stomach, sending him flying. Sasuke HMP. Ki, don't you think you went too far? Miku, he didn't deserve it for spying on the hot springs, arms crossed. They continued walking until after a few minutes they found Jiraiya emerging from some bushes looking a little sore. Jiraiya, I think I saw Tsune too, rubbing his stomach. Naruto, hahaha, it looks very good, thank you Erosin Titebio, Miku, HMP. Jiraiya, I swear I'll think twice before spying on the hot springs when Mikusen enters. Miku, you shouldn't spy on me either, not when I'm angry. Naruto, hehe. After walking while Miku scolded Jiraiya, they arrived at the next village where they supposedly saw Tsunade. Jiraiya, okay guys, you can go find a place to stay while I go gather some information. Naruto, of course Erosin, we all know he's going to check out the women here. Jiraiya, hey, don't you respect me? Everyone except Jiraiya, no. Jiraiya left with a depressed aura while the others went to look for a place to stay. Naruto, I'm a little hungry, touching his stomach. Sasuke, can we go get something to eat afterwards if you want? Naruto, yes Dadabeo, happy Mikuki, can you go find a place for us to stay? Miku, of course Naruto-sama. I'll send a clone of myself later to tell you if we found a place. Naruto, okay. Naruto and Sasuke separated from Miku and Ki, who continued searching for a hotel, while Naruto and Sasuke looked at the different stalls where people were betting almost everything. Naruto, I don't understand why they like to gamble almost all their money. Sasuke, you're right. Naruto, well, as far as I know, Tsunade is the slug princess, but they call her the legendary loser because she always loses bets. Thinking we could easily beat her in a bet where she has to come to Konoha and become Hokage if she loses. Sasuke, yes, but what if she wins and doesn't become one? Naruto, well, I'll think of something. They continued looking for a place to eat until they found one, so they went in to see some families with their children. They just sat at a table near a window to wait for a waiter to come. Waiter, hello, can I take your order? Looking at Naruto. Sasuke, a tomato salad. He looked jealously at the waiter, who was a little nervous because of the raven-haired man's murderous glare. Waiter, of course, and your beauty. Naruto, so is there ramen? Waiter, if beauty. Sasuke was giving the guy a dirty look. If looks could kill, that cheap waiter, according to Sasuke, would be buried 100 meters underground. Naruto, Sasu, is something wrong with you? Innocent tone. Sasuke, nothing's wrong. Naru grabbing Naruto's hand, who blushed. Waiter, I'll bring your order now. The waiter left feeling a little nervous and jealous of Sasuke, although the raven-haired man didn't care since Naruto belonged only to him and no one else. Naruto, you got jealous, didn't you? 5 with an amused smile. Sasuke, of course not, HMPH, looking away. Naruto, so you won't mind if I talk to that waiter, right? Pretending to get up from his chair. Sasuke, no, you're staying here, annoyed. Naruto, I knew it, you were jealous, Titebio. Sasu, you shouldn't be jealous of men because I'm in love with you, blushing and looking away. Sasuke, okay, but you should know that I can only have eyes for you. Naruto, I love yous. Sasuke, me too. A waitress who was about to take their order had heard everything and got a nosebleed from thinking inappropriate thoughts about the couple. Waitress, here you go. Naruto, okay, he's bleeding from his nose, innocent tone. Sasuke, HMP. Waitress, of course I'm fine, don't worry. She was about to leave but stopped before going, by the way, you make a cute couple. She ran off. Naruto, I wonder if something happened to her, not understanding the girl's attitude. Sasuke, you're a Dobie. Naruto, don't call me Dobie teams. Sasuke, HMPH, you're too innocent to know why the girl left like that. Naruto, and you know that. Looking where the girl who was now watching them with other girls had gone. Sasuke, of course I know, but I won't tell you. Naruto, what and why not? With a cute pout. Sasuke, because you wouldn't understand, looking out the window. The two began to eat peacefully, although Naruto was still wondering about the girl's behavior. After eating, they paid and left, continuing their walk and looking at the different food stalls and gambling spots until Miku, as she had said, sent a clone of herself that appeared in front of the couple. Naruto, did you find the hotel yet? Miku, just follow me. The couple simply followed Miku without saying a word. They walked for a few minutes until they saw Ki and Miku by her side. The clone then disappeared. Miku, hello. Naruto, hello, he's. The 4 of them went inside and went to their respective rooms, since after that whole trip they just lay down to sleep. Chapter 19. Everyone was already awake, searching for Tsunade throughout the village, but there was no trace of her. Naruto was already getting desperate, something that was noticeable from miles away. Sasuke, you need to calm down, Naruto, you're very stressed, he said, looking at Naruto, who was looking around frantically. Naruto, how do you expect me to calm down if we don't have any leads on Tsunade? He said while watching people pass by. Miku, besides, we don't know much about her, only Jiraiya knows. Ki, well, we just need to sense a chakra signature that's at the level of a Sannin, he said simply. Naruto, Kamo Irosnin y Pedifimaru. Miku, yeah, why didn't we think of that before? The 3 Uzumakis began to sense the chakra signatures that belonged to Jiraiya and 2 women, but one was stronger. Miku, we found her, guys, with a smile. Naruto, yes, we have to go. Sasuke, I'll follow them. The four of them started running towards those two chakra signatures. A few minutes passed and they were already looking around for the two women who seemed to be gambling. One had short, jet-black hair down to her neck, eyes of the same color, pale skin, and wore a dark gray kimono. In her arms, she carried a piglet with a red bow. The other woman had long blonde hair tied in two low pigtails, medium pale skin, honey-colored eyes, and wore a beige kimono top, navy blue pants, and a green jacket with light yellow trim. Miku, hello, she approached the two women. And what do you want? Miku, are you Tsunade? Tsunade, yes, why Miku Tsunade-sama, we've been looking for you. Tsunade, and may I ask who was looking for me? Miku, Kushina-sama's son. Tsunade, are you playing a joke on me? Because if so, I'm not in the mood for jokes like that, she said, annoyed but with a hurt tone. Naruto, but it's not a lie, godmother Kushina Uzumaki, my mother, and Minato Namikaze, my father, are alive. Tsunade, what? She asked in shock at what they were telling her. Yes, Kushina-sama will leave Konoha to become the leader of the Uzumaki clan. Naruto and my father will be Hokage until you come with us. Tsunade, wait, what? Confused. Miku, Tsunade-sama has been appointed Hokage. Tsunade, no. Sasuke/Naruto, what? Tsunade, I won't be Hokage, it's a waste of time. Naruto, but don't you want to see my parents at least? Tsunade, well, yes, thinking fine, I'll go to Konoha, but I don't think they'll change my mind, she said simply. Naruto, and what's the name of your companion? Shizune, oh, my name is Shizune and this is Taunton, she said, showing the little pig. Naruto, hola, soy Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki. Miku, soy Miku Uzumaki. Kika Uzumaki. Sasuke Uchiha Dijo Sirio. Tsunade, so an Uchiha, huh? She said, looking at Sasuke, I remember your father, he was in love with Minato, hahaha. Every time they bothered Minato, Fugaku would leave them in the hospital. Sasuke, me Atasink. Naruto, my dad, completes. Tsunade, yes, until they separated and started their own families on the council's orders, she said angrily. After that, they went to where they were staying, as did Tsunade, finding Jiraiya, who became nervous when he saw Tsunade because a bunch of angry women were coming behind him. Naruto, Iroznan, Jiraiya, help. These crazy women want to kill me, he said, crying his eyes out. Naruto, and why, he asked, although he already had an idea. Jiraiya, for seeing them in the hot springs. Tsunade was about to hit Jiraiya, but someone beat her to it, and it wasn't Miku, although she wanted to hit him too. They were surprised to see who possessed such tremendous strength. Naruto, pervert, he yelled angrily, sending Jiraiya flying. Tsunade, tremendous strength, she said, amazed but proud. Naruto, do you want me to train you in the subject of strength? She said with a smile. Jiraiya, no. He shouted as he emerged from some bushes. Slightly injured, I don't want Naruto to be a Tsunade 2-0, I don't want to die young. Naruto, well, I do want Tsunade to train me, he said happily. Everyone was calmly chatting about anything and everything until they encountered Orochimaru. The same thing happens as in the anime, except Sasuke was protecting Naruto while the Sannin fought. After sending Orochimaru packing, they went to rest since they had to leave for Konoha early the next morning, so everyone went to bed early. Chapter 20. It was a peaceful day where you could hear the birds singing and the wind caressing your face. But now we find Naruto talking to Sasuke about anything and everything while Tsunade and Jiraiya watched them from behind with tender smiles, and the others just chatted about whatever. Tsunade, she seems very happy with him, doesn't she? Jiraiya, yes, it's also obvious that Sasuke loves him. Tsunade, from what I understand, Sasuke is an Uchiha and they can only love once in a lifetime. Jiraiya, that's right, and you won't believe this, but Tsunade, Piro, Jiraiya, Kushina, and Minato are still alive. Tsunade, what? Naruto, is something wrong? He asked, looking at Tsunade, who realized that everyone was now staring at her because of the scream she let out. Tsunade, nothing, it's just that Jiraiya was telling me some things I missed when I left. Naruto, oh well, Titebio. Tsunade, but how, Jiraiya? I don't know yet, but what I am sure of is that they are them the real ones and they weren't an illusion or a henge to deceive us. Tsunade, I can't believe it. All this time thinking they were both dead and they weren't, she said, looking up at the sky. Jiraiya, yes, I was surprised too when I found out and I couldn't believe it, I still can't believe it. Tsunade, well, I won't believe it until I see them, she said seriously. Jiraiya, you do remember that the Uchiha clan was massacred. Tsunade, so what's wrong with that? Jiraiya, well, Mikoto and Fugaku Uchiha appeared at the exact same time as Kushina and Minato. Tsunade, don't you think this is strange? Jiraiya, yes, a little, but I'm sure they have a very good excuse for not telling us that they were alive during this time. Tsunade, I hope so, otherwise those two won't listen to me. Jiraiya, yais hehe, he said nervously. Meanwhile in Konoha. Minato, something's coming and it doesn't have good intentions towards me, he said nervously. Konkeusa Chayane. Kushina, someone's talking about me, I hope it's good things, returning to the others. Naruto were almost there Titebio Sasuke. They walked a little further until they saw the gates of Konoha, where they woke up those they were supposed to be watching over. After that, they went straight to the Hokage Tower, where they found a blushing Minato with Fugaku, who had a perverted smile. Naruto, what's going on here? Minato, Naruto, they've arrived, he said nervously. Naruto, well yes, but dad, why are you blushing? Minato, nothing, Tsunade, he said with a smile. Tsunade, hello Minato, she said happily, but her face changed to a serious one. Explain to me why you're alive, because I was told you died in the Kyuubi attack along with Kushina. Minato, well about that, Tsunade, I'm all ears, she said seriously. Minato, Naruto, Sasuke, you're leaving us alone. We need to talk about something very important. Naruto, okay dad. Sasuke looks at them seriously. Fugaku-san, can you go with Naruto? Sasuke, of course, he said seriously. The couple left, leaving those who were there talking or explaining what had happened, while Naruto and Sasuke went for a leisurely stroll. A while passed until someone screamed and a person flew off to who knows where. Naruto, that sounded like Hirosenin's scream. Sasuke, he probably said something inappropriate and Tsunade-sama hit him, he said simply. Naruto, you're right, Hirosenin is very perverted. Sees Mikoto talking to Kushina, look, there's Mikitasen and my Akasen. Sasuke, yes, that's right, there they are. Naruto, what if we go talk to them? Sasuke, whatever you want. The two approached the two women who were talking animatedly. Naruto, hello. Mikoto, hello Naruto-san. Kushina, hola Sochi, why Sasuke? Sasuke, hola. Mikoto, always so nice. Kushina, I see you've already returned from your mission. Naruto, yes, now Tsunade Obechin are talking with Atasen. Mikoto and Fugaku's there, right, Sasuke? Kushina, tell me Sochi, you heard Jiraiya scream, right? Naruto, well yes. Kushina, how I wish I could have been there now. I wanted to see that pervert get beaten up by Tsunade-chin. Naruto, heh mom, when we entered dad's office, he was blushing and Fugaku was making a weird face, he said innocently. Kushina, oh really? She asked with a mischievous look, glancing at Mikoto who had a knowing look. Sachi, I'll go see if there's any yay, I mean if your father needs help. Mikoto, will you come with me? Mikoto, with pleasure. After that, the two women ran like lightning to the Hokage Tower under the watchful eyes of Sasuke and a completely bewildered Naruto. Naruto, that's strange, Sasuke, did you understand why they behaved like that? Sasuke, Dobi, let's go, Naruto, let's go. The two continued walking aimlessly, simply strolling through the peaceful village. Children ran about, laughing until they reached a park. They sat down to rest, but then Naruto began playing with the other children. Every now and then he gave them a motherly smile which made them feel at ease. Sasuke, watching from a bench, began to imagine a family with Naruto and his children, but his thoughts were interrupted by a little girl who started crying because she had fallen. Naruto, hey, nothing happened, calm down, don't cry anymore little one, he said, stroking the little girl's hair, calming her down, let me see that knee. The girl showed her knee to Naruto and she only had a scrape, although it looked quite nasty. So Naruto rolled up the sleeve of his jacket and put his arm close to the little girl's face who was looking at him confused. Naruto, you just have to bite, then you'll know why I'm telling you, okay? She said, giving him a motherly smile. The girl only did what Naruto told her, so she bit him, taking a little of the bicolored boy's blood. But when she swallowed some of the blood, she tasted a sweet flavor. Naruto, better. Girl, yes thank you, she said, hugging Naruto and giving him a kiss on the cheek, you're so cute, hahaha. The girl eventually left and Naruto approached Sasuke again, who had a small smile on his face. Naruto, what? Sasuke, nada. Hi guys. Naruto, oh.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.